Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. I appreciate you guys logging into this. I'm really excited to share with you a little bit about our book, Blueprint Course. And today we're going to share everything about how did it start, what I think is the new way versus the old way of getting a book to market, how you can leverage a book, how you can make income from a book, and how a book can make you a subject matter expert overnight. So, with that, I'm really excited for you to be here. So, let's give everybody another minute. And we streaming on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. So we a little bit all over. Um, but I'm really excited to have you guys part of this. So before we get going, I'm curious to know, have you ever thought about writing a book? If you have thought about writing a book, you part of the masses. What we found over the last few years is that 80% of human beings felt at one point or another that they wanted to write a book. They wanted to share what they have learned, they wanted to share their expertise, and they wanted to educate people on something they're super passionate about. And a book can do that for you. And I'm really excited to talk to you guys about that today. So, with that, if you don't mind, right below where you calling in from, have you ever thought about writing a book? What would your book be all about? And then also, if you have somebody who can benefit from that, share this with somebody who you know can benefit from getting a book out to the marketplace. Because today we're going to talk about how to turn your experience into a finished, published book. Not just a book that elevates your brand, grows your business, and grows your influence. And that's what we want to do today. Because the new way of writing a book is that you can write and publish your book in less than 8 weeks. You can turn your experience into a published book and keep 100% of all the rights and all the royalties. And we have done it with all of our authors. So you probably wondering, how did this whole thing come all about? And why is Christian talking about it? And for me, it's really simple. About 5 years ago, I was sitting at my kitchen table, frustrated and overwhelmed, wondering why publishing a book had to feel so impossible. That frustration turned into a system I teach today. And it was really simple because as I started going down that road, I realized that writing a book has really 6 or 7 aspects in it. We call it 8 because we give a little extra leadway and some other stuff. But there's 3 places people need help with getting a book on the market. And it's really simple. Number 1 is for them to get really clear what the book is all about. Because if I write a book about something I want to teach, the book is a lot different than when I write about my restaurant or an expertise I have or something I had to overcome, which is again totally different if I want to promote something. If I am a high ticket service provider, if I provide any kind of amazing service to the marketplace, a book can be it. So that's the first place where we provide our expertise. Then the second place where people need help with is what we call the whole writing prospect. Because when you write, the universe, whatever you want to call it, has ways to put obstacles in your place for you to not finish the book or get sidetracked. So what we helping you is, how do you write? How can we provide you with some other services to get the book done in 8 weeks? And the final thing is what we call the writer's mile. And that's all about, what do I do with my finished book? Where do I publish it? What are the rights? What do I do with all of that? And that's what people need help with. And we help you with that. The licensing. There's just so much misinformation out there. And we help you to get your book done in 8 weeks or less. So again, 5 years ago, I was sitting on the kitchen table and I was overwhelmed. I wasn't sure what to do. And today, I need to update this. We have closer to 100 people since that, which went through it, and we make just about 8 million in revenue. And if our authors can do it, so can you. And we created something we call the Book Blueprint course, which is a step-by-step process where we help you get your book done from idea to the marketplace. And since we did this full-time as a business, we have empowered almost 60 different publishers and authors. They have done almost 100 books. They made 8 million in revenue earned by publishing their book. And if you stay to the end today, I have a little giveaway for you. If you stay to the end, then there's a little barcode we have for you. We want you to write us because we're going to set up a one-on-one call with you and me. And from there, we're going to talk about what your book could look like. We share with you what are some of the templates, the tools, and supports we have, and how you can keep all the royalties. And that's 100% for free to you. If we haven't met, my name is Christian. I had the opportunity to write books with a company I worked for many years ago. And then about 20 years ago, I started writing books on my own. I have now 46 books on the market, and they are from children's books to journals to cookbooks and some other stuff. So we had the opportunity to put a lot of those books onto the marketplace. And for me, what started this whole thing, COVID for me, showed me how fragile all of our industries are. And a book can be the single best way for you to set yourself apart. And that's why we want to do it. Our internal goal is for the next 10 years, we would like to help 1 million people to get their message to the marketplace. 1 million people to share their story and share what they're great at. And share, not just share, but change their lives. Why? To write the book, it's not about the book. It's who you're becoming writing the book. And that's something we talk about all the time. And that's our goal. And that's who I am. So what are some of the biggest roadblocks? And we can help you solve that. Because if you stay till the end, we talked about this earlier, and we share with you some really amazing tool that you could come to a webinar with us, and we show you how to get a book done. And we want to limit this to small 20 people, so we have room for 3 more people if you sign up over the next day. So what are the benefits of writing a book? And we hear this all the time. And for me, there's like 7 or 8, but there's 5 really strong ones. The first one is you want to establish yourself as an authority. And it could be in any field. We want you to understand that you can leave a legacy for your kids and something your kids will cherish forever. If you want to share your unique story, if there's something you had to overcome or something you had to learn and you want to share this with the masses, a book is the way to do that. Also, if you are looking for a new job, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, and having a career advancement is that way. Because if you wrote a book about your subject matter expert and then you sit in front of somebody who you have an interview with, and there is just you and that other person, but you wrote a book, who do you think they're going to hire? There's some other monetary benefits if you're a speaker and all of that. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. And then it's an amazing tool to network. If you stand on stage as an expert and you share your story, a book is an amazing tool to get to the market. So here's the real truth that it has never been easy to write, publish, and promote a book. And The reason we're telling you this because the old way of publishing was really simple. The average person spent 6 to 9 and sometimes 17 years. We have one of our clients who wrote a book 17 years ago. He was sitting on that for 17 years. Unbelievable. And then we have people which spend somewhere from 8,000 to 100 plus $1,000 to publish a book. And you know what? They only sell about 100 copies. And the new way for us, before we jump into this is one of our students who wrote already 9 books. He has 7 more on the market. He has the first book from idea into the marketplace, 32 days. Isn't that amazing? And he built a 6+ figure business around his books. So the new way of publishing is really simple, and most books fail because they just don't have that new way of publishing. And if you partner with us, you don't have that to be an issue for you because you can publish your book in 8 weeks or less. And you do this by following our step-by-step proven process. And it works. We have a 99.7% people come to our program, publish a book. The revenue model, that doesn't just depend on your book sales. You have a 6+ figure business around your book, and we're going to show you how to build that. And then how you become the go-to expert overnight. And that's really simple. We have a 3-step approach we call clarity, craft, and commerce. Before we start with clarity, because that's what is one of the reasons people need help with. Because if you are clear, focused on your book concept, it's important that you have a well-crafted, defined topic. You know what? You need help that you keep writing and stay on track and stay engaged, and we help you in that. Also, when you want to present your unique angle, you have to leverage your personal expertise and experience, and we help you do that. And you want to stand out with a distinctive perspective, and that's what we're helping you with. That's all around clarity. And here we have another one of our writers. He wanted to write a book because he wanted to keep his legacy of his mother-in-law alive. Not just an amazing story. So he had no recipes. He had no pictures. He had nothing on day 52. He had a finished book on the marketplace. And he's reaping all this rewards. And not just that, he keeps his mother-in-law's legacy alive with the book. So next up, we have craft. What does craft mean? It's really simple. It's mastering the writing skills. We show you effective writing techniques and structure because it's important to be clear, to be organized when writing, because we want to enhance your readability and your engagement, and we will do that for you. Also, keep writing habits. So what we do is when we speak with you, we will find out what is your preferred way of writing. We help you. We're getting really clear of what that is. We're setting up a writing schedule so you can stay consistent to maintain that momentum. And we have another success story here. One of our book writers was really amazingly good in what he did. But one of the things he was really good at, take direction. And with him, he wrote his book, not just in the 8 weeks. He built a speaking business around that. And then finally, we talking about commerce. So what does commerce mean? It's the effective marketing strategy. We help you to define that. How to leverage social media, because even from social media, we call it now interest media. And then how you can leverage that to start to public speak. Because when you start sharing your story about your book, you will automatically being asked by other people to come in and speak. We also teach you how to navigate the publishing process. We show you how you have traditional publishing, you have self-publishing. What are some of the distribution channels? How can you get out on multiple channels? And we will help you with that. And then we will also help you to build your brand. And that's what this is all about. It's not just about commerce. We want you to become a brand, because We hear this all the time. How can I make money with my book? And that's really easy. You could take the book and write it and get royalties. We have one of our current authors makes over 300,000 a year licensing his book to some other companies. And he updates it constantly and they will stay with him forever. If you have a consulting or coaching business, we have clients currently, they used to get $500 for coaching, they get $1,500 an hour. You can make money with media, high ticket service, how to raise money. If you do a nonprofit, you need a book. Then speaking. We have a lot of public speakers currently in our program. And when you have a book, you can demand from 5 to 50,000 per keynote just to start out. And then also this is a great tool if you have corporate training. So there's a great success story, and his is that he had a consulting business, and then his consulting business, he used to charge $100 an hour. He wrote a book. By the way, he's a much better writer and teacher than he was a consultant. He was a great consultant, but he was even better in everything else. And today he has a speaking business. He gets $45,000 for a keynote. And he always said after he put his book onto market, he started charging $600 an hour. And he's a client lined up. And that's what a book can do for you. And that's our program. We call it the Book Blueprint Course because we want you to write, publish, and promote a book in 8 weeks or less. And our program doesn't just go through the regular stuff. It helps authors become strategic in what they do, position their outcome, position their points of view so that their book becomes a powerful business tool to get them promoted. So here's our little offer. If you join our program today, here's what you can count on. You get 8 weeks of mentorship and support. You get us live for 8 weeks. And some of the classes, we are here for 3-4 hours. It doesn't matter. We will finish every class until you are done and have all the questions answered. Then also there's an amazing community and network. We have a group which started their own group. They will write a book together and I can wait to see that book. There's exclusive content and materials we share with you. You have ongoing guidance and support because we help you how to self-publish so you can keep all the rights and all the money. We have a 100-page workbook for you. And we are here 24/7 to help you to get your book done. In addition to that, you also get a one-on-one coaching program. So you never feel stuck or overwhelmed. You can have 100% access to all of our tools and templates so you can write faster without frustration. You can keep 100% of all the royalties because it's your story. It's your profit. So use this exclusive program if you want to enhance your expertise, if you want to expand your network, and if you want to elevate your career. You need to become a published author. So just for you showing up, and if you take actions today, as we started promising in the beginning, if you click the QR code and write in your information, we give you back a outline of what your book is all about. You get an hour with me on a one-on-one special call. We got to go through all the tools, all the templates to make you successful. There's no upfront cost. You need to just sign up. And all of that is 100% for free because you can keep all the royalties. And I only have 3 spots left for that on this go around. So if you're interested, I want you to do this today. So with that, I want to say thanks for being here today and thanks for listening to us. I promise you in another 15 minutes, I'll show you how easy it is to get a book done. And I'm very sincere if I tell you that everybody should have a book. And what that book is all about is up to you, because if you look at your story, if you help us bring that story out and put it on paper, when you start writing about it, there's some tools we have to make you even more successful. We have a little thing we call the writer's journey. if you have that little journal next to you, it's an amazing tool for you to go out there and speak. So I would like you to sign up on that QR code today. Come on, have that conversation with me. I'm curious to hear about your story. What did you have to overcome? What did you have to do to get to where you are today? And there's one thing, let me share this with you. A few weeks ago, I was up at Yale and they had a book conference. And there was Harvard there, Yale, there was some other Ivy Leagues there. And the one thing which I took away, which totally blew me away, if you write a book today, over the next 10 years, it will change 1 million people's lives. Your book can change 1 million people's lives. So now you don't need to write a book. You have a responsibility to get that information out there. So with that, I'm here for you. My team is here for you. Sign up below and we see you at our one-on-one call. With that, I want to say thanks for being here.